I'm excited to welcome on another great player from Georgia, a top player in 2022, Bruce Thornton. What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Well, you obviously are a guy in 2022. Coach has been able to start calling you now, and you've been pulling offers recently, a ton of them. Take us through all the offers and what your recruiting is looking like right now.
My recruiting process is going well. I'm in a lot of different schools. Say I'm a top priority, stuff like that. But I just stay humble and just keep my head low.
A&M's most recent offer, as well as a lot of other ones. But in terms of A&M, what do you like about them, and how's that relationship growing?
It was going good. I've been talking to them. They just keep it real with me from the start and just always communicate with me.
And as I said, you have a ton of offers. Who's showing the most interest right now? Who are you talking to the most?
It's hard to say like who, but it's a lot of them. Mostly like SEC, Big Ten, mostly. But yeah.
Gotcha. And I mean, let's go back to your first offer. The very first offer was a little over a year ago, Xavier. What was it like learning about that offer, and how'd you get it?
First of all, I was outside playing football. My coach called me in during school and was like, it said Xavier offer. First, I thought it was even real. I thought like he was just playing, but it was for real. So it took me a minute to see all the work I put in to get an offer, a D1 offer.
Absolutely. And talking about Xavier, it's a big time program, big time school. What do you like about them and Coach Steele?
A hard nosed, blue collar, always ready to work, and that's a big thing that I do.
And when you look at all these schools and you're going to start narrowing it down someday in the next couple of years, what are you looking for in a college? What do you really want to see in a college that will really attract you to one?
Just willing to work, like to put in the work. Because work eliminates fear. So I feel like you put enough work, your dreams will come true.
Kind of describe what you're looking for in a coach in terms of just the personality type and the game plan.
Like the type of coach, always on me. Like always make sure I'm on my A game. Never let nobody slack. And accountability. Make sure everybody on the team on the same page. And that's what I'm really looking for.
No doubt. And let's talk about a couple more schools. Not saying this obviously are your schools you're heavily considering, but just other big schools. One is Georgia, hometown team. What would it be like to possibly stay home?
I could possibly, yeah. It's just like I got a lot of history. My mom and dad went there, so they really big on me. So like I don't know yet. It's gonna be a to pick my school I want to go to. It's gonna be a hard decision.
Georgia obviously is a great example in terms of getting a guard to the NBA. Obviously we saw what they did with Anthony Edwards. Coach Kareem's obviously done a great thing with a lot of guards. When you see a coach get guards to the NBA, how much more appealing does that make a school?
I mean, a lot better because that's the position I play in. That's the ultimate goal to get to the NBA. So I do take that as a consideration.
Would you say staying at home or anywhere close to home would have any kind of impact on your recruitment?
Really, it doesn't matter, man. I'm just trying to make my goal become true, and that's the whole goal. So yeah.
We see a lot of these programs year in, year out kind of create these super classes, these power teams. When you see these guys, obviously seeing like what Baylor just did, Florida State's doing one right now this year, would that be something that interests you possibly teaming up with someone?
I don't think so. I think I'm gonna stay at Milton High School for the rest of my years.
No doubt. So let's talk about your high school. I mean, 2 years now at Milton. You had a big time year last year, 26-5 year. Take us through the ups and downs of the season.
I mean, it was a long process. I mean, very young team, had two seniors. Everybody else was freshmen and sophomores. So we had a lot of mistakes, but we did a lot. We went to the Final Four, came short. But next year, I feel like it'll be a state championship.
You personally now, you averaged 23 a game, almost 8 rebounds, 6 assists a game. Only as a sophomore, what do you think you're capable of doing next season average-wise?
Just to go up, you can't, especially I got a target on my back. So only way is up. So I keep working, keep grinding, and to get everything to God.
And you're being a Georgia guy, obviously there's a ton of top players out there. It's one of, if not the best state in America. What's it like competing out there in Georgia?
I mean, it's hard, man. Everybody can play. I mean, if you're not working, it will be exposed. So I make sure I'm on top of my game like always. So I'll be number one.
Now, when you're in a state like that, every game you play is against another top-ranked player. How do you learn to separate yourself? How do you learn to become possibly the best player in a state like that?
is a mental thing for me. You know, like watching a film, getting prepared for the game. It's mental and physical. You gotta get like them games are so big because one mess up, I think you bad player, so you can't let go. So you gotta keep playing.
When would you say you first started realizing that you can be an elite player and that you are one of the best players in the country?
When I played against Duration this year,
Mm-hmm.
one of my big games I had. Yeah, I feel like after that game I can play with anybody. So I just boosted my confidence.
As you said, that was a big time game. Grayson's one of the top teams in the country. What went into that game? What kind of was your mindset heading into that game?
First, at first, I didn't know what to think. They were like a top 10 team in the country,
Mm-hmm.
and we started all freshmen and sophomores that game. We didn't have our big man at the time, so I'm thinking like, I don't know. And as I was just playing, like everything just came easy, making shots. Then realized we came short, lost by one, but like that just boosted my confidence and my team confidence. See like where we was as a team.
How do you just kind of become one of those focal points and one of the faces of Georgia now?
I would dream of seeing other older players like Colin Sexton and stuff like that. I'm becoming the biggest players in Georgia, but now like I'm one of them, and like it feels like surreal at times, but I don't let it get big head or anything. So I stay low, I keep working, and stay humble.
Now, that thing you just said, that's the thing that everyone raves about you. We know you have that killer mentality on the court, but you are a humble guy. You obviously everyone loves being around you. How do you learn to balance that where you shift your mindset from on the court to off the court?
I mean, like I'm a totally different dude off the court. I mean, I'm chill, cool. I'm like friendly, but like I'm not into like anything crazy. I just be myself at times, and the people just like me for who I am.
And one of your coaches talks about you, kind of give you the nickname Goofy. What's that like? And kind of just talk about your relationship with coaches.
I just I like to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff going on around in the world. Just make sure you just live your best life. You only get one time, so you make the best of it.
And in terms of AAU playing with the Skill Factory, who do you say is some of the funniest guys on the team and what's some of the funniest memories you've had with them in the past?
Uh, I had a lot of funny moments. One of my guys, Elijah, he shot the wrong basket. Beginning the first AAU game, so that was funny. But I had to keep thinking about that one of the things that popped out.
Was that in high school?
No, that was like my ninth grade year AAU.
Okay, for sure. And you also made a tweet back out in May. You said kill list made, you've done messed up. Take us through that and what exactly you're referring to in that.
Um, it's just something to keep me focused. Something like like I'm coming because lately I haven't been playing lately. I'm just trying to show everybody I be working and what my team are working. So like when we play, like we'll kill.
Would you say I was referring to like a ranking system or what was that about?
Just in general, like every team, every coach feel like I'm not good enough for something. I'm gonna show you when I play.
Now, when next time you get back on the court, if that is AAU, if that's high school, what do you want to prove to people?
You need to prove like I'm a leader. I'm a team player first, like always, pass first, and just willing to win. That's all I care about at the end of the day.
And in terms of Instagram, you have one thing in your bio. Take us through what that word is and just what that means.
Oh, Uchiha. I'm a big Naruto fan, anime. So my friend been talking about it. I've been watching it lately, so now I'm a big fan of it.
So when did you first start watching it?
Not like when quarantine come off, I thought it was lame. And my friends are like, "Well, watch it." I started watching it, and now I can't stop watching it. So.
Absolutely. And in terms of AAU, we know it's all up in the air. Some guys are playing, other guys are not. What's it looking like for you when you kind of plan to get back on the court?
I might play next week. It's ups and downs, but like if I don't, I'm still working out every day, so I won't be behind.
And let's discuss the Skill Factory. Obviously, the team you're playing with, why did you choose them?
Basically, like, my whole team I went to that program in my 8th grade year, and like ever since like my game, like everybody on my team game had developed, and it's just been like a good move that we made a long time ago, and I'm proud that I'm playing for the TSL.
Going back to high school real quick, you reached 1,000 points as just a sophomore now. What did it kind of feel like to get that accomplishment?
I mean, like individual goals cool, but like if it's not a state championship run, like I don't know. Yeah, it's just something about it just as a team. As a me just as a team player, like that's just the ultimate goal for me.
By the time you graduate, what do you think you could possibly get to? Is it kind of a goal you want to hit point wise?
It was cool if I hit 2,000 points, but back-to-back state championship, that would be the goal for real.
Now, what will it take? I mean, as I said, Georgia's elite. You're going against some of the top guys every night. What will it take to make a back-to-back run?
Preparation, I'm more mental than physical. That's a lot. That's a lot of focus and a lot of concentration because you can't have no slip ups. Everybody got to be on the same page. As a team, as a staff, even the manager, everybody got to be on the same page.
In the Max Prep sophomore All-American team, to see your name on that list, what does that mean to you?
It was an honor, all the top players like Imani, Amari Bailey, stuff like that. I mean, they top players in the country. I feel like I'm right there with them. So it was an honor to be on that list.
How did you learn that you're on the list?
My coach sent it to me. I was surprised, but it was just a happy moment for me because when you feel like all the work you put in, sometimes like when it pay off, it just make you want to even go harder.
And you being an elite player, obviously I can imagine a ton of the big-time prep schools, national schools have started reaching out to you. Is that something you ever have considered either for your junior season or even senior year?
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna just stay at Milton High School the rest of my 2 years. I don't think I'm gonna go to prep school.
That's big time. And to be able to do that is something that not a lot of guys do, to kind of build a legacy for 4 years at a single high school. What kind of impact would that have and what would that be like?
It's just like I'm just staying true to my root, just stay true that was there before. I even have a name for myself. And we're building a nice little team at Milton. And I feel like we're gonna be a powerhouse.
That's big time. And let's talk about your dad. He was another athlete, didn't play basketball necessarily, but was a D1 football player, played in the NFL as well. What's it just been like having athletics kind of run your family?
It's an honor. You still like he tell you little tricks of the trade. I mean, but he can't tell me like he can tell me stuff about basketball, but like he can still tell me like position wise, angle wise, and like in basketball court. But having him, it's fun.
I can imagine you guys probably getting some one-on-one games before. How do those games go?
I get a competitive, me trying to win, but I'm a sore loser, so I hate losing.
Does he beat you still?
No, he don't beat me no more. He used to, but not no more.
Absolutely. And as I said, your dad played obviously in college. He went through the recruiting process. He knows what it's like. What's some of the biggest tips he's not giving you as you begin your process?
The biggest thing is that always just follow your gut, follow what it's telling you, and just pick the play that wants you for who you are, not for anybody else.
Couldn't agree more, man. Let's talk about a couple more schools. You mentioned obviously Big Ten, SEC are some of the big conferences you like. Is playing a Power Five something that you really want to do? That's kind of the priority for you?
I mean, it really doesn't matter where I play, but I just want to play in the next level somewhere I can be seen, so I can go to the NBA.
Alabama was another big time program. We know what they obviously bring to the table, getting guys to the NBA as well. What do you like about Coach Oates and that staff?
They play very fast, like at a pace like where I play at my high school, so I can fit in perfectly if I want to go there. But like, yeah, they always like they tell me like show me around. I went to a team camp one day down there. It was cool. They were showing me around and just telling me how Alabama is.
Another school is Indiana. We know they're recruiting you pretty hard as well. What do you like about Indiana?
But tradition, a big basketball school. I just love that how they like how they communicate with me, tell me, and just show me on Zoom calls and stuff like that.
Would you say going to a school like a Blue Blood or a school that has a history, has a legacy like in Indiana, Kansas, or Duke, one of those, is that something that's appealing to you?
It is, but it isn't. It is about the fit for me. If I feel like it's not right, it could be hard for me to go there. But if it is, I would.
Gotcha. Now, give me your three things. What's the three biggest things you're looking for in a college that is a priority for you even to consider one?
Uh, um, Togetherness, willing to work, and discipline. Those are the three big things for me.
For sure. And A big thing a lot of college guys look at in their process is possibly teaming up with someone at the college level. Is that something you've talked to with anyone about doing?
Uh, it would be cool, but like I'm just trying to go somewhere that fits for me. There's a decision I got to make for myself, not for anybody else.
Who would you say is your dynamic duo if you could pick one guy you've got to know? Who's like kind of the biggest guy you said you play best with?
One I can name somebody I could probably play good with. Probably one of my friends, Nick Smith, he's from Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt, man. And a couple more things before I let you go. One of them is building a legacy for yourself. That's something I know all guys want to do. So by the time you walk away from the game of basketball, what do you want your legacy to be for what you do, both back home in your community as well as on the court?
Just like I gave basketball my all. It's a passion thing. I believe I really love the game. I mean, I put a lot of hours into it, a lot of film time. I just want to know, like, when they remember my name, I put everything into it.
And so my last question then before I let you go, man. You obviously have 2 more years left of high school. What would you say is the thing you want to walk away with? What's the three biggest things you really want to walk away with to say would be a successful ending to your high school career?
Get my high school diploma. Um, you know, becoming a better man, a better student, a better person, and still no 2 championships.
No doubt, man. And hopefully get those 2 rings, man, and appreciate you taking time to come on, bro. Of
Well, thank you.
course, man. You're always welcome on, man. God bless.
You too.